Be sure to ring the bell to be notified.
Shalom, family. This is really interesting. Some of this information I got about these pork worms. A-PORK-alypse 2, invasion of the pork worms. It's crazy. This is really crazy. I can't believe people are still eating pork after the stuff that I've researched dealing with pork and these worms. It's just crazy. But to think that you could eat a meal with these in it. Thought they look nasty. It's like you're eating a meal with these, and these things grow in your brain, in your lungs, in your kidneys, in your liver. They just growing in your body like this. These pork tapeworms are what they calling them. And they're absolutely nasty and horrible. And they're actually killing people. Yeah, it's like an invasion of these pork worms. So people are eating pork like they're going out their mind, right? But you got to understand, when you go against the scriptures, you got to know you're going to pay the price, right? You got to know it. Look at all the deaths from pork alone, high blood pressure, all the things that eating pork causes, right? You got to know it, right? Man, well, I'm going to tell you, family, you got to look at this. I just need you to really pay attention and look at this, okay? I know none of you all are eating pork, I hope, but I hope this reach a lot of our relatives that still eat pork, because I've heard all the arguments, right? I've heard people tell me, talking back and forth with people, and they tell you, well, I get grain-fed pork. Okay, interesting. I have organic pork. Okay, so you got organic worms you're eating. Okay, or grain-fed worms. Organic worms, okay. And these, it doesn't matter if they're organic or not, they're still going to eat away at your brain tissue, right? You get what I'm saying? They still going to eat away at your brain tissue. You can tell me how healthy they grain-fed these pork. They never had a chance to eat their own feces. It doesn't matter. These animals are filled with nastiness and worms, parasites. Just do your own research on it, right? Now, I got some articles here. I'm going to share this stuff with you all. Those of you that still ain't convinced about the pork, I'm going to share this with you. Pay attention, right? Let's go to the first article here, okay? And this article is titled, How an 18-year-Old Died from a Pork Tapeworm Larvae in His Brain. In his brain. Horrible. What's worse than having a parasite in your testicles? How about a parasite in your brain? What's worse than having a parasite in your brain? How about having many parasites in your brain? Wow. What's worse than having many parasites in your brain? How about having many parasites in your brain and parasites in your testicle and your eye? Oh, this is ridiculous. This is horrible. Man, right? The New England Journal of Medicine published a case of an 18-year-old man who had all that. He had a week of pain in his right groin and then went to the emergency room after suffering a seizure. He was confused, had swelling over his right eye and a tender right testicle, magnetic resonance imaging from his head showed this. You see the image there? That's what it showed, these pork worms in his head. Now, I don't know about you. That is horrible. That is gross. Right? That is absolutely gross. Wow. Now I got another one. Watch this. 12 people got worms from eating raw wild boar at a party. I wouldn't eat a raw goat or sheep, which is lawful to eat, yet alone a raw boar, wild boar. Are you serious? I mean, what are these guys insane, right? Man, I'm looking at this and I honestly can't believe what I'm reading here. 12 people got worms from eating wild boar at a party. What was it, a dare party or something? I dare you to eat this wild boar? This is crazy. Are you seeing this? 12 people developed a parasite infection after eating raw wild boar at a party in California. Figures. Humans and animals typically develop after eating this raw, undercooked meat that contained trichinella worm larvae, according to the CDC. The worms are released into a small intestine after consumption, where they mature and lay eggs. Eventually, those eggs hatch into immature worms and reach the arteries and muscles. The infection spreads when the human or animal eats meat from an animal with larvae already in its body, the CDC says. A physician first notified California public health officials of a patient with a probable trichinellosis diagnosis in January 2017. Officials learned that one of the patient's relatives, as well as 3 other friends or family members, had been treated at area hospitals for symptoms consisting of I guess the same disease, including fever, gastrointestinal issues, and muscle pain. Each of these people had attended the same party the previous month, according to the CDC. So, man, they had a party where they go eat raw pork. It's like, man, have a party, eat hot dogs or something. You gonna eat raw pork, raw wild boar? To me, it got to be something going on with these animals to where people are actually eating this kind of stuff. I mean, this is really gross. Here's another one, right? Listen to this. That tasty pork could be contaminated, says experts. Okay. The veterinarian department is warning Kenyans, this is in Africa, over pork contaminated with A-PORK-alypse causing tapeworms in Nairobi and surrounding areas. The department is especially concerned over what it says is a growing habit at pork joints, where patrons are consuming poorly cooked pork cased down with alcohol. Some patrons believe that alcohol in the stomach can kill any worms consumed in pork through making the worms drunk, hence putting their own health at risk, says the CDC. Now, what's scary is you mean tell me, wait a minute, so they gonna get drunk, right, and eat this crazy pork, and they say, well, because I'm drunk, the alcohol is gonna kill the worms. Well, I guess not. I guess the alcohol isn't doing it, right? It's not killing the worms. Man, this is like crazy, the stuff that's going on with this pork. And I'm still sitting up here saying to myself, you got all kinds of good meat out there, right? You got lamb, you got goat, you got cow, right? You got quail and other birds like your pigeon and your dove. You got all of these animals are incredibly good to eat. In my opinion, I've had goat barbecued years ago when I was a young man, right? And it was better than any pork. I didn't even want pork at that moment because at the gathering that I went to, they slaughtered a big, huge hog and a goat. And so I was going to get some hog ribs, and it's like, hey, you want to try these goat ribs? I want some hog. They say, here, just try it. They put a goat leg on my plate. Man, let me tell you, I walked away. I said, I ain't got to have pork again if this is how good goat tastes. So I'm a bit confused that, man, it seemed to me that something behind pushing this pork on the entire planet. Got to be something behind it because other meats taste better in my opinion, right? And I know other people think the same, right? Let me share something with you, right? Okay, you go to a restaurant that's serving quail. You may pay $30 a plate for some quail, right? You hear me? Pay attention. You ain't gonna find no quail on the side at some what do you call it, soul food restaurant where they serving up quail. No, they're gonna be serving up pork, right? And they're gonna be serving it dirt cheap, right? This pork. But you ain't gonna get quail like that, right? So which is the better meat then? You get what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find a place serving goat like that or lamb or sheep like that, right? So it's obvious to me that something is going on because all of those meats taste much better, right? So it must be a push. It must be demons pushing this thing or something where people are eating pork like they're going out their mind, getting diseases, tapeworms everywhere. Now, watch this. I got another article. If the last 3 articles confuse you, watch this one. Now, article number 4. Okay. Hundreds of Vietnamese kids affected with pork tapeworms after suspected contaminated meals. Hundreds of Vietnamese kids affected, hundreds of them, right? Man, this is happening all over. People are getting infected with these tapeworms eating this pork. It ain't just happening over here, it's happening everywhere, right? Now, the last article I want to show you, and I neglect to say I don't have the article. I thought I had grabbed the article, but I'm going to just bring it up and share this with you real quickly here. Now, I want you to listen to this one, right? This article here is very disturbing. Okay. This is what it says. Okay, I can't bring it up on the screen here for you to see it. I could, but it would take a moment. But anyway, I'm going to share this with you. It says, man found with 700 tapeworms in his brain, chest, and lungs after eating pork. One is bad. You mean to tell me he had 700 tapeworms in his brain, chest, and lungs after eating some pork? To me, I'm just keeping it real. If anyone's seeing this, decide they want to eat some pork after this, you know what? Y'all need to let whatever he got planned for you, he need to just let it happen. Because 700 tapeworms after eating some pork, it should be enough to make a person say, okay, I get it. Okay, it's full of worms. I shouldn't eat it. I get it. But see, here's the thing. Here's where they get you. These people out there, they eat these meats, right? They don't know the dietary laws. They're eating this stuff. You think, oh, it's okay, as long as I pray over it, as long as I cook it. That's the thing. As long as I cook it completely, right? If I cook it completely, I'll be okay. Are you not hearing me? Some of these people ate this pork cooked, okay? They ate it cooked and they still got these worms in their body. Are you hearing me? And why would you even want to eat anything got worms in? Let me ask you something, right? If I brought you a hamburger and there big old night crawlers all mashed up in it, you can see them wiggling around, right? Would you eat it? Right? You get what I'm saying? So when you look at this stuff, I'm sitting there saying to myself, how could you even eat this stuff knowing that this is what's going on? How could you even eat this stuff? But guess what? I'll tell you what Yah's doing, right? Yah has a way of setting people up, and you might not like this, but I'm going to tell you something about Yah, right? He has a way of setting people up, and what he will do is say, oh, so you like it, huh? Okay. I done told you this was an abomination, that it's filthy, that it's nasty, that it's unclean, and you want to eat it anyway? Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cause you to love it. I'm going to cause you to eat it and love it so much to where you'll be addicted to it. And every now and then, a week may go by, but you're going to have to turn right back to it. You're going to eat it and eat it and eat it. And then what it's going to do is, it's going to cause all the plagues of these scriptures to come upon you. You're going to get high blood pressure, right? You're going to get all kinds of problems in your body. You're going to get these parasites through you, and I'm going to sick them on you. I'm going to add parasites to you because you decide that you want to eat this stuff anyway. You see, Yah has a way of setting us up. Yah, let me tell you what he does. He set the rules sometimes. Sometimes Yah will set the rules. Are you hearing me? Sometimes he will set the rules. And once he set those rules, he'll sit back and say, okay, I need to see who's going to stand for my word or who's going to just go out and stand for their flesh because their flesh desire it. You understand me? I'm going to set the rules, right? Whoa. I'm telling you right now, you need to understand because it ain't just pork. There's other things too. Okay? Watch this. Yah said in his word, right? Thou shalt not commit adultery, right? Then Yahusha comes along and Yahusha says, whosoever looketh upon a woman to lust after her committeth adultery. So then, wow, watch this. So Yah says, okay, I want to see what people, what young men and what young ladies are going to take heed to my word. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set a trap for their eyes. I'm going to set this trap for them. And if they let their minds wander into this thing, I'm going to keep it coming. I'm going to let it keep coming because I'm going to test them. Because you got to be tried by fire. Are you hearing me? Don't you know when Yah make rules, when he set rules in order, that you supposed to follow those things, and he gonna test you to see if you got it in you to stand to this wickedness that's out here. And if you don't stand, guess what? You gonna fall. Huh? You gotta either stand or fall. You can't have both, right? You can't be standing and falling at the same time, right? You gotta do one or the other. So what are you gonna do? You gonna stand? Because we ain't just talking about pork. Right? We're talking about everything. We're talking about things in the scriptures, other things the scriptures talk about. Are you going to stand to it or not? Huh? Man, it's a doggone shame that a person don't even have to get a bullet, get a gun, hunt you down, throw a bomb your way or nothing. All they got to do is throw a pork chop to some people. Toss a pork chop over there, you kill him. Just give him a few pork meals and he'll kill his own self. Wow. Something, huh? You got to understand something, right? I had a chance to watch something that was very incredible. Pay attention. Are you listening? Okay. I have goats and sheep, right? Lambs. Now, we know that sometimes the Most High referred to the goats as Gentiles, right? Interesting, huh? What did Jacob put on him? Huh? To fool his father, to make his father think that he was Esau. It was a goat, right? the skin of a goat. Goat hair and sheep hair look totally different. Are you listening to me, right? Not only that, goats eat different than sheep eat. Now, I've had a chance to observe my sheep and my goats, right? And you know what I've seen? I watch the sheep. They just graze in the grass. That's all they eat is grass and hay. Good hay, of course. Organic hay is what we have. That's all they'll eat. They won't eat nothing else. But those goats, let me explain something to you about the goats. They will eat plastic. They will eat rubber. They will eat anything and everything that they can get in their mouth. I had a repairman repairing my tractor. He saw my tractor in the goat yard. He said, man, you need to get this tractor out of your goat yard. I said, why? He said, because they'll eat your wires. They'll eat anything that's on your tractor that they can get their mouths, their teeth on. They will eat it. They eat anything and everything. The goats would go up in the, when I had some of the woods here was accessible to them. And this is why we lost goats in the past. We had pokeweed, which is poisonous, and other plants that were poisonous. The goats were eating it anyway. Are you hearing me? Even if it killed them, they will eat it anyway. Are you hearing me? This is the diet of the Gentiles. Did you get it? Goats eat anything and everything. If it's edible, if it's dead, not edible, if they can get it in their mouth, they'll eat it, right? I was cutting some fiberglass roofing. I had some fiberglass panels because I was trying to cover their area with these fiberglass roofing, right? And the little pieces are falling off. They were trying to get it and eat it. I had some knee pads on my knees that's made of rubber. They were trying to pull it. When I went in the yard, they'll come over there near me and try to pull the knee pads off of my knees to eat the knee pads made of rubber. They'll be gnawing on your clothes, trying to eat your clothes when you have them in the yard sometimes. When you're in the yard, having your shirt dangling, they'll be grabbing on, trying to eat it. Goats eat anything, even if it'll kill them. That's the diet of the Gentiles. Hallelujah. Wow. But anyway, I want you to think about that, right? But them sheep, sheep, nope. They're like, they don't even want it. They won't touch it. Wow. Ain't that something? We supposed to be like them sheep. But some of us have become like these goats. We'll slap our teeth down on some pork, some sushi, all kinds of stuff, right, that'll make you sick. They'll even kill you in the long run, right? We got to get back to those dietary laws, family. Well, anyway, I'm not going to hold you. And somebody says, so why eat goat? Yeah. Well, the scripture says we can eat them, right? It just says we can eat them. The thing is, when you're if you're raising goats yourself, you try to make sure that they're not eating those things. Just like me, I make sure my goats don't eat that stuff, right? I mean, there are plenty of animals that's a part of the dietary law that that will eat some of anything, right? But you just can't give them that access to eat those things, right? That's why people try to say chickens are wrong because you can't eat chickens because sometimes they'll eat a mouse. Well, the scripture tells you there are other animals that we can eat, and there's all kinds of footage, information on the internet where these animals that we can eat are eating things that we're not supposed to eat, right? Fish eat worms, right? That's right. So you're not supposed to allow your animals, if you're dealing with your animals, to eat anything. And most people that raise sheep and not sheep, goats, they're not gonna let them goats eat anything. Trust me, they don't let them eat anything because they know it'll make them sick. They'll die. That's why they don't let them eat anything. I'm just telling you their nature that they will eat anything if you let them. Hallelujah. But anyway, family, I hope you got that. Yeah, curry goat is good. Wow. Matter of fact, talking about that, I got to get that out of my mind. That goat is good. Hallelujah. I think out of all the meats, my opinion, I think I like goat better than all of them. Out of all the meats, lamb is good. Lamb chops and lamb ribs are good, but that goat, every part of that goat is good. I have yet. I mean, I've had goat over the years growing up, and I was like, man, ain't nothing like it. We love you, family. We love you so much, and I just pray that the Most High continue to bless you. And let me tell you this, right? I want you to pay attention. When I say I love you, I really do. Okay? I really do. And this is why we do the things that we do, because we love y'all's people, and we want to be able to bless y'all's people. We want you to stay clear of all types of things that can stop you and break you. Okay? Now, I know most of you don't eat no pork, so I know this message really ain't for you, right? But I know there are other things, though, that you could be weak to, right? And so we're going to do as many videos and many things as we can to try to reach you, to try to help you be stronger in Yah, because I want Yah, I want this to be a ministry that'll help create warriors. That's what I want this ministry to do. I want it to create warriors. And if it be Yah's will, we will do that, right? But you got to listen. You got to pay attention. And you can't have itching ears, right? You got to tune your ears down to the things that you're listening to, because those things could interfere with what Yah's trying to do with you, okay? But I want you to continue to seek him, continue to grow, continue to follow his spirit, okay? Don't follow the flesh, follow the spirit of Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Be blessed, family. Shalom.
Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.